was born and raised in Chicago, so I was in 8th grade English class. We were about to take an English test, and then all of a sudden another teacher came in, and she pretty much told something to her, and we didn't know what was going on. And then another teacher came in, rolled in those like TV cards, and then we just started watching the news the whole day, just sitting there astonished about what happened.
Initial eyewitness reports from the scene stated that actually very little of the debris from the airplane fell down to the street. Most of it appears to be embedded in the buildings here.
All of us were like, is this really happening? Is it really going on? And we were 8th grade, so we're pretty young. And most of us don't have our cell phones, so we couldn't like talk to our parents about what was going on, ask them questions. So we were just sitting there all quiet, not knowing what to do or say. Because it was just an emotional day, and I remember all of us just being very scared and coming together, but also very scared.
And those images don't leave you?
No, they don't, no.
Oh my.
The fact that we saw the second plane hit, we saw it hit and we looked at our teacher like, wait, did that really happen? Did the second plane hit the tower? Like, why didn't anyone do anything about it? Like, what's going on? So we were just like questioning and even more scared about what was going on.
And I assume your teacher didn't have any answers?
No, definitely not. No, she was just sitting there astonished and didn't know what to tell us or how to calm us down.
You go over by there, you can see the people jumping out the window. They're jumping out the window right now. Oh my God.
I mean, that's something so intense to see at such a young age.
Yes, I remember seeing the people falling, but then my group of friends, like we didn't talk that whole day because we didn't know how to interpret what was going on. But once I got home, I talked to my mom and she was like, yeah, they're trying to escape from them being burned. They're just falling out of the building. Sorry, it's like, I just got like images from my head from that video or the TV that I saw, yeah.
It still feels emotional, right?
Yeah, and I also, before the interview, I actually talked to a couple of my friends and we were all like, yeah, we just kind of like put that in the back of our heads because we don't want to remember it. I just remember like throughout the day, like our teachers would get calls from the main office telling them like, hey, so-and-so person can go home, so-and-so person get home. But like, I couldn't because my dad was stuck at work and then we were just waiting until the end of the day and then my neighbor finally came and picked us up. But yeah.
That's scary though.
Yeah, it is, because I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I didn't have a cell phone to like contact my parents to see what's going to happen. So I was just sitting there, like just waiting to what would happen next.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a teacher now.
Yes.
Looking back at that moment, kind of how do you kind of see the whole thing? Because I'm sure now you think of it from a teacher's perspective as well as a student's perspective.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I try to put them in the shoes that I was in and kind of tell them, like, imagine like just watching this for the first time. The last time America got attacked was during Pearl Harbor, 1941, and then this happens, and all of us were just shocked. Like, and then also, we didn't know what to expect or say. So I tell my kids, like, I teach 11th grade, so that's mostly like 15, 16-year-olds. So I was 13 then. So as a 13-year-old, I didn't know what to do or say. So I kind of tell them in that perspective and get them understand, like, it was just really scary. Like, we didn't know what to expect. And I was the only Indian person in my class, so I was even more scared about what would happen to me. So I try to get them to see that too.
Well, tell me about that. What was going through your mind?
For me, at that time, I was really nervous because my brother went to a different school than I did. He was in high school, and I was in junior high. So I was worried about him, but I didn't know what would happen to him because he takes the public transportation to get back home. So I was really worried about him. And he was already having trouble with, like, just him being only Indian person at school. Mm-hmm. So going back home, like, my dad, he worked at O'Hare Airport, so he couldn't leave from work, and my mom was at work. So we had to, or I didn't know how he was gonna get home. And then myself, like my neighbors took me back home, but I was just really worried about what would happen to him and if we would get targeted or we were just really scared.
What do you tell your students so that they understand that this isn't just like ancient history?
I show them clips of the video and then I'm like, just imagine watching this on TV.
Get out of here!
And you go to different classes. I went to English class, and I went to history, and then I went to, I think we went to language arts, like all these different classes. And we just keep watching it over and over and over again. It's like a replay. So that replay over and over again. And then many of us didn't even come back to school the next day because we were like, is it even safe? So we just felt really unsafe. And we were like, well, Chicago's a big city, so that could be a next target. So we were just questioning, like, would we be a next target? Because our school was pretty close to O'Hare Airport. So we were nervous about that too. Like, would we be a next target? So should we be going to the suburbs, or should we like just wait in our school or homes or whatnot? Yeah.
What was that feeling like that evening when you didn't see or hear any planes in the sky?
Living right by O'Hare Airport, like we make up the I always tell my friends we make up the backyard for O'Hare Airport. Like we didn't hear the airplane. Like we'll hear it like every minute. Like there will always be like plane going by. And that day we didn't hear anything. For the next 2 days, actually, we didn't hear anything. And there will be sirens going around, but it wasn't on the actual day, 9/11. There were sirens kind of going like a little bit more. But then the next couple of days, it was just like really quiet. And for the next 2 days, we didn't go to school, because my parents were afraid about us just like being at school at that time, because we were like right by O'Hare Airport. And my dad, we didn't see him for a couple of days. And then my mom took off so she can be with us. So we were just at home, just waiting to hear what's going to happen to us, or what's going to happen, like what should we do?
Wow, is that kind of what stands out the most?
Yes.
That fear?
Yes, the fear, and then just everyone was like hoarding stuff because they didn't know like what to expect, like how long we're going to stay at home or not. But yeah, I was just like scared, for sure, yeah.